This administration has had a 2.5-year war on jobs and on small business. Policy after policy has strangled small businesses, whether it was the moratorium on offshore drilling, which I was honored to represent the U.S. Chamber of Commerce challenging successfully in federal court, or whether it is federal regulations trying to shut down drilling in West Texas because of a lizard, or whether it is the National Labor Relations Board trying to shut down a Boeing plant in South Carolina because the union bosses that Obama is indebted to don't want that plant to exist in South Carolina, or it's Obamacare, or it's cap and trade, or it's taxes. One policy after another is strangling small business, and 2/3 of every new job in this country comes from small businesses. Right now, roughly 50% of Americans are not paying income tax at all. And the top 5% is paying the majority of taxes in this country. Now, you can keep taking the approach President Obama is, which is just ratchet up taxes, and crush the small businesses, the entrepreneurs. And what happens is exactly what's been happening, which is jobs and productivity go away. It doesn't work. It's a great idea. You know who also was a fan of that? Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter loved that philosophy of tax the businesses, tax the business owners, shut down. I mean, you remember.
Do they have a responsibility to pay anything at all? Business? Do you believe they do?
Okay.
Because they're at 10% of personal income taxpayers as far as the general revenue of the United States. They pay $170 billion. In 2010, personal income tax brought in about $890. So, you know, is that their fair share, or should they be a little bit? Can we get at least 3% more from them, since we're talking about balancing a budget?
You know, what's interesting, David, is you're using the pronoun they when you talk about businesses. You know, I've never seen a corporation. Corporations don't breathe. They're not entities. They're legal fictions. They're sadly enough created by lawyers. When you put taxes on corporations, there isn't some magic Daddy Scrooge that pays it. Instead, what happens is they raise the prices, and when you go to the store and buy gas, when you buy clothes, when you buy food, we, the consumers, pay those taxes. Now, I'll tell you why politicians like corporate income taxes. Because they hide the taxes. And politicians love taxes to be invisible. If they tax the corporation, they just magically appear in our prices, and we, the consumers, don't realize we're paying more in taxes. At the end of the day, only human beings pay taxes because they're the only things that have ever created wealth, that are ever walking about producing productivity. And so the notion that let's just tax the corporation, look, the most simple principle in economics, David, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch.